Dove Cameron claps back at her critics.
Kaitlynn Cara is liking certain comments on Instagram.
Ooh, which ones? And Cara does an epic Billie Eilish impersonation.
Oh, it's so good. All that and more on today's Daily Hollywood Rundown.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. This is Thursday's edition, which means Friday's almost here, which means the weekend's almost here and I finally get to sleep. But I'm Emile Jr.
And I'm Sussan and thanks for joining us today. We've got so many great stories to get through. But if it's your first time here, there's usually this thing that we kind of do where we ask you guys to subscribe.
Yeah.
You hit that subscribe button right there and our cameraman just dropped his phone, you guys. We're going to keep talking because we think it's kind of funny. Brandon, who you've probably met before, if you subscribe, you'll know all about that sort of stuff. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you're the first to know as soon as we post, and leave us comments because we love reading your comments. And tomorrow we'll probably do a You're So Clever where we highlight some of our favorite comments. So, get to talking down there.
All of the comments, you know. But first, we're going to go ahead and get right into it, starting with Gigi Hadid responding to...
Yeah, Mykonos backlash. Gigi was recently on vacation to the Greek island of Mykonos, and while everything appeared like she was living her best life on her main account, she posted this bikini pic to her disposable camera Finsta account with the caption, "Don't let Insta fool you. Got robbed. Never going back. LOL. Wouldn't recommend. Spend your money elsewhere." TMZ reported that this was because Gigi and her housemates got robbed while they were on the island with a little help from authorities. The comments were flooding into her picture, dragging her for impacting the country's tourism, all because of one bad experience she had, and so on. Now Gigi is firing back with a response to all those comments because, you guys, there was a lot of them. Leaving a comment on the same bikini pic. It's quite a long comment, but I'm going to try to summarize it for you. She said, "Let me make this clear for everyone below who thinks I don't deserve to have an opinion on my experience and warn people of this. I was robbed along with more than 30 houses that night, some to gunpoint. It was not possible to contact any form of law enforcement except through my local security who happened to have a contact. That is a privilege that most people traveling there wouldn't have." She went on to explain that if something happens while the police station is closed, there's nothing that can be done. She added, "This is not information that is shared with people before they go. If I'd known it happened so much and there was not enough infrastructure to protect myself, I wouldn't have gone. So this is my opinion based on actual events, and you not liking that isn't my problem. Lastly, I work my off and never do a trip like this for myself and friends. So if I want to post pictures of the trip before being robbed, I will do so."
What she said?
Gigi has spoken.
So it seems like there's something new every day, Susan. There's lots of news coming out with this whole Miley and Liam split. And if you want to stay up to date, make sure you check out all of our daily videos on Newsfeed on the Clevver News channel. But this particular story is talking about a comment that Kaitlynn liked. So unless you've been living under a rock or this is your first time watching Clevver, you probably know by now that Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth have called it quits on their marriage this week. You would also know that shortly after that news broke, Miley was seen kissing and packing on the PDA with Kaitlynn Carter, Brody Jenner's ex, while the two were vacationing in Italy. Now, multiple reports have been swirling in the last 24 hours where camps of both Miley and Liam are pointing the finger at each other, with sources alleging everything from Liam's supposed wild partying and drug use to Miley's alleged cheating being the cause of the split. Anyway, now there are reports that Kaitlynn Carter just shared something of her own when she liked a comment about her and Miley on her Instagram account. So, a Miley Cyrus fan account posted a supportive comment about Kaitlynn and Miley, and Kaitlynn took the time to like the comment to support. The comment said, quote, "Just wanted to let you know that you don't deserve all this hate from people who claim to be Miley's fans. You and Miley have every right to do whatever you want. If you make Miley happy, then I like you. Miley's happiness and mental health is all that matters to me." So this is very interesting. You know, a photo surfaced, was it yesterday, of them in the car together. And yeah, so I mean, they both are just figuring out what's going on post-breakup. But I'm telling you, seeing all these different articles, he said, she said, what really happened from both sides, it's like, what is going on?
I know, it's so hard to keep up.
Yeah.
And the fact that Liam did come out just 2 days ago, I think, saying, you know, anything that you hear that I supposedly said to the media is not true. I'm not talking to anyone about it. It's a private matter. And a lot of these alleged sources again. So I guess, yeah, time will tell. All right, moving on to some lighter news. Cara appeared on The Tonight Show last night with Jimmy Fallon, and she did the most epic impression of Billie Eilish. You've got to see it. Playing a game called Wheel of Musical Impressions, each player presses a button which randomly then selects an artist and a song. And what was Cara's first mashup, you ask? impersonating Billie Eilish singing Pop Goes the Weasel. Duh. Alessia absolutely killed it. Before she took to the mic, she said, "I'm so sorry, Billie, in advance. I love you." And you guys, take a look at how good it was.
Ready for a needle, that's the way the money goes. Pop goes the weasel, pop goes the weasel.
I don't think she needs to be saying sorry. She absolutely nailed it. She also did an impersonation of Amy Winehouse and Alanis Morissette, with Jimmy getting up out of his seat in awe for each performance. It was so good.
It was so good.
I was just in awe. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
she's
I love
amazing.
when they do those impersonations and like you just get to hear. It's just cool.
Yeah, loved it.
Dove Cameron is posting on Instagram, and she has a lot to say after the critics have a lot to say about So Dove Cameron is defending herself after some of her fans criticized 2 of her recent Instagram photos. So you know Dove Cameron has a lot of young fans and she stars on Disney Channel. Well, she has a message for the haters. So Dove first posted this photo and her caption was a quote from author Trista Hendren. It said, "Women have a history that has been systematically suppressed. Our collective spirituality has largely been tainted to fit the needs of men and those in power. This has a profound effect on the self-esteem of girls and the women they become." It ends by saying, "Our girls deserve better. The time to introduce feminism and women-centered spirituality to all children is now." She followed that up with this post and a quote from author Elizabeth Eiler. And even though in both posts Dove was extremely positive, she received quite a bit of criticism for posing without a bra. People were saying she needs to think about her young followers and that she should put a bra on. And it's pretty obvious that all those people missed the point of her post. She responded to some comments that were shaming her, and this first one I can't find anymore because there's over 35,000 comments on each post. But she responded to one person who criticized her, saying she's supposed to be a role model, saying, "This is being a role model. This is exactly being a role model." She replied to someone else saying, "I agree with you in the sense that it's not that deep or groundbreaking whatsoever, but it's only a big deal because this society is so beyond backwards that they have demonized basic anatomy and are very up in arms about female bodily freedom." She then proceeded to post comments from fans defending her to her Insta story, like this one that says, "Imagine being triggered over someone not wearing a bra. I'm sorry if our should be restrained, then so should your guns." Or these comments she circled from a mom and a daughter. So her boyfriend Thomas also commented saying, "Thank you God, amen." And she's just been getting a lot of support over this. And you know, I'm glad that she's speaking out, and she is a role model, and she, I don't think, did anything bad. She's like telling her fans to be proud. I don't know. The people just...
Everyone has a different opinion, but
Yeah.
she was wearing a top.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't actually, she wasn't topless.
And to be fair, if she was, I mean, granted, like guys are shirtless
Well, that's
and
what I'm
topless all
saying.
the time.
Free
so
the
it's
nip.
like, yeah.
Free the nip. No, but like she's covered, and
Yeah.
the fact that her female anatomy, the shape of her body, you know, you can see that. I feel like.
But that's not, also,
Exactly.
I have aggressive nipples. If you go back through all the DHRs, I'm wearing a shirt, like, it doesn't matter how tight the shirt is, my nipples are aggressive, so I agree,
Yeah, I
Susan.
mean, if
Free
Emile
that nip.
can do it, Dove can do it.
nip.
Free the nip. All right, it's time for the final rundown. 1.5 minutes on the clock, and we're gonna kick off with some Shawn Mendes news. So a wax figure of Shawn has debuted, and a lot of fans have very mixed feelings about it. Some are calling it a flop, saying that it looks dead and lifeless. However, this is an interactive figure because you can actually lay down next to Shawn and hold his hand, which is probably the closest any of us will ever get to holding Shawn's hand, let's be honest. The figure is a little weird looking though, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's weird, but hey, I would
It's
still go
Shawn.
see it. If
Yeah.
you want to see it, it's in Berlin, Germany. Moving on, we have to talk about Lil Nas X, who is actually on the cover of Time magazine. He posted a photo to his Instagram, and we're just so proud.
Yeah, so proud. Also, someone else who posted to Instagram, Ariana posted the cutest throwback picture, and can you guess what's still the same? Well, of course, all of it is from her cute dimples and her big brown eyes, but you guys, Ari was rocking the high pony even as a kid. She posted this pic to Instagram with the caption, "If anything, she's consistent."
Oh my gosh.
And yes, she is. She looks so cute.
I wish I could rock a high pony, but moving on, let's talk about John Mayer for a little bit. So John Mayer got a restraining order on an obsessed man. Page 6 reports that the fan began harassing John first back in March, and then things took a turn when he allegedly then started stalking both him and his team, making violent threats, and he's been granted a temporary restraining order. I'm sorry, it's scary to be a celeb sometimes. These people,
Really scary.
that's the final rundown.
You know what else is scary? That alarm.
No, it's not. Well, guys, that's the end of our show, which means it's time to go. But wait, oh no. listen to my flow.
Yo.
This is cringe. This
Oh,
is cringe. I want to know, guys, what do you think about Dove's post? Let us know in the comment section below. Obviously, I love the post as somebody who...
All I'm thinking about is that lovely performance Emile just did. Speaking of performances, what did you think of Alessia Cara's impersonation of Billie Eilish? It was seriously good. And
Yeah.
what other impersonations would you like to see one of your favorite celebrities do? Because, you know, we know Ari does really incredible impersonations. So just tell me all your favorite impersonations that celebrities do and which celebrity you'd like to see impersonate another celebrity.
And remember, we read all of your comments, and tomorrow we're going to highlight some of the comments. So if you want us to do something on You're So Clever tomorrow, you know what to do. Leave it in the comment section below. And we'll be back here for Friday DHR tomorrow.
Bye,
guys.
See you then, guys. Hold on, guys. Before you go anywhere, we have plenty more DHR episodes like yesterday's right over here. It was a really juicy one.
It was. And also, you know, you should probably subscribe because then, you know, we wouldn't have to tell you that it's there because you would have already seen it because you subscribed. So just click it.